For the past week or so, probably a little more, I don't know. That's hard to remember these things. I have no short-term memory. One of many psychological MS symptoms. Maybe. Who knows what's the symptom and what's just stupid life? But anyway, for the past week or whatever, I have felt horrible. Physically, mentally, emotionally, horrible. And I have not had any desire to record video or write anything down, which is understandable, but at the same time, it's difficult to keep track of what's going on with my wretched symptoms when I don't keep track. I don't keep a record, you know? Feel horrible. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do anything at all. And what I've been learning, for myself at least, is that the psychological symptoms of MS can be just as horrible, sometimes worse, than the physical symptoms. For me. I don't know about other people. I need to get me into a support group or something so I have someone to compare horror stories with. I don't know, man. Like, even in my stupid little journal here, I'm looking at it, and the last entry is about my MS symptoms. But even this, it doesn't talk about the psychological aspect. It's talking about how my left limbs have been weak, numb and tingly and weak, and how my hearing has been screwed up, my vision has been screwed up. Apparently, vision is supposed to be like one of the first symptoms, but I never had any problem with it all these years. But nothing about my MS development is particularly typical. Hearing is weird and treble heavy. Some ringing sounds, some static-like noise. And that was going on for some weeks, and it's a little bit still happening, but not nearly so bad. I couldn't really stand playing the guitar and singing and stuff because it just sounded so bad. And going outside, it was deafening. Like, there were weird ambient noises all the time, like constant ringing and staticky sounds going on. But at the same time, it's the sound of traffic. Even the sounds of the birds and stuff is just so loud. And as I wrote down, treble heavy, it was like the bass was gone and it was just... And my vision was all white and kind of blotchy. But at the same time, my eyes were super sensitive to light. Those are some of my more recent, some of the new developments, physical symptom-wise with the MS, but the psychological stuff is, oh my god, it's so horrible when it's bad. When it gets bad, it's so bad. And it's hard to describe that stuff. You can't, I mean, you could tell people, oh, my hand's gone numb, I can't write. People understand that, I guess, but if you try to explain, like, I am gripped with an overwhelming sense of hopelessness and dread. I'm terrified to leave the house. People don't get that. And I understand why they don't get that. I mean, it's difficult to comprehend. I'm learning all kinds of new appreciation, empathy for the mentally ill in all their manifestations, because it's horrible. Yeah, the psychological stuff has just been awful, and I'm glad that it's improved for the moment. When it's going on full force, it doesn't it doesn't seem conceivable that it's ever going to end. It seems like this is it, and there's no way out. So naturally, I just want to die. I just want to not exist. I want to not exist. Because there's no comfort in anything. Sitting in my home with the curtains drawn was the most comfort I could find. Nature was no good. No good at all. And certainly the town with people in it, terrifying and overwhelming. I'm so glad that I'm feeling markedly improved. There's no way to exist. No way at all. Anyway, I just wanted to get that recorded. Some record of acknowledging that the psychological aspects of MS for me are at least as terrifying as the physical aspects, and far more difficult to explain. I still haven't, done it justice. There's no way to explain what it feels like, but it's horrible. Uncontrollable laughing and crying. I wrote that down in here because I have had that for a while now. But then I just wrote, lots of weird mental and emotional goings on. Who knows what's what? That was like April 28th that I wrote this. And it got worse after that. It is now May 6th. And thank goodness it has improved leaps and bounds. I still hate this world. No offense, you piece of shit world. I don't like it. I don't like living in this world, but I'm not consumed with dread and despair every waking minute of every day. So, huge improvement. Huge improvement. Yes, 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 yes. That's just interesting that I didn't even write down. Well, as I say, the psychological symptoms only got worse after this last entry, but I wasn't able to accurately record in my stupid Dear Diary the particulars of the mental emotional anguish. I just wanted to get some record of that so that I remember. Because it really, this is kind of new still. Even though I've had MS for a decade or more, I'm always finding new symptoms. Or rather, they're always finding me. Whatever. Just nice to keep a record. Keep some perspective. Things change. Alright. Okay, thanks. Cheers. Goodbye.